Everyone, please welcome Chef Joseph Shawana. Hello, Chef Joseph. Welcome to the kitchen. I am so pumped that you are here, Chef Joseph. Now, before we get into cooking with, I literally have never been more excited about a spread here. I just wanted to say a huge congratulations on all the incredible accomplishments that you have achieved in and out of the kitchen. Yeah. Last year, in particular, you became the first Indigenous culinary and foodways guide at Centennial College. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. So the college made me the Indigenous culinary and foodways guide, and what I do there is I oversee the college of if any Indigenous culinary components. So to implement them in the right way, to make sure that we do our work, to find the good sources of the stories behind the food, because Indigenous food is not just putting food on a plate, it's the storytelling that we do while we create it, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I always say when I'm not feeling well, I stay away from food, because you can feel that into the food.
Yeah.
And that's why your mother's cooking always tastes better
Yeah.
than yours every single time, right? So,
That's actually very true. Now, what was it about food in particular that was such a an avenue for you to be able to tell stories?
I'm gonna cry a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, it's a really good way for me to showcase my story on the way I was brought up, right? So my grandmother, who passed away from lung cancer, was a vital role in my family. Food. So everything we do around food is embedded with her, and we all have food booths at the powwows and the cultural festivals, and my aunts have one. We have one with my mom. My other aunts have one, and we all and then at the end of the day, we all come together and we joke around. We love to be around each other.
Yeah.
And then you have the family dynamics that are always just family. Yeah. But other than that, it's like food. It plays a vital role, because when I was a kid, I remember my mom cooking outside by the fire pit, and just everything was cooked on the fire pit.
Yeah.
Right. So and then we had that once a month during the summers. Then the whole family will come over. So it brings all of us together. When we sit at a table, all of our differences are gone, and we're there just to enjoy the food.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. Well, I'm really, really thrilled today, because you're actually going to do some cooking with us.
Yes.
So tell us about the first recipe we're working on.
Yeah, so the first recipe is one of the recipes that I really love. So my son Hawk, who is 10 now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we got to cook in Paris, France, and at École de Casse.
Oh, wow.
And he was the first ever Indigenous boy to cook there. And
Are you
this is the
serious?
dish that he created. And he wanted to showcase. And so he milled the wild rice, he made the flour, we did duck eggs, and we actually went to the market, and we found fresh chanterelles, as well as like truffles that do like nice big truffles.
Like the size of your head?
Yes, and then you will never see those here in Toronto, like sitting out in the open, but it was out in the open.
Oh, wow.
And then we grabbed like just a couple grams, and we finished it off. So he milled the wild rice, he browned the mushrooms. So this is a recipe that we've been playing with, and it's one of those recipes that that has that story behind it of me and him.
Yeah,
right? So,
that's beautiful. It reminds you of your son and something that he created. So we've got over here a beautiful wild rice pasta. So as opposed to just using 00 flour, your son took wild rice, which is actually a seed, and then milled it down to get this beautiful
nice flour
fine
consistency
flour.
here.
Yeah.
And then we incorporated some egg yolks, so we can use duck eggs too, or goose eggs. But we can use duck eggs, and then if it gets too dry, then we add a little bit of water.
Okay, right on.
Just because the rice itself just soaks everything up.
Yeah,
a lot. And then we flatten it, and then we cut it into fettuccine size serving.
Nests.
Yeah, a little nest here.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we get some into the water, or do we get started on the sauce first?
We'll get started on the sauce first.
Perfect. That cooks lickety-split?
Yeah, like 30 seconds, and it'll just be done.
Okay, right on.
So we have some fresh mushrooms here.
Can you even, is this like a lobster mushroom?
No, this is chicken of the woods.
Chicken of the woods, yes.
And then this is hen of the woods.
Hen of the woods. Okay,
Right?
beautiful.
So we can just take off a little.
Just a little chunk?
A little chunk.
Like one of those?
Yeah.
Okay,
That'll be good.
perfect.
And then for the hen of the woods, just grab some. And the hen of the woods, you can actually use the whole mushroom.
Oh, can you really?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So the lower it gets, the more nuttier the flavor is.
Yeah, like
so
the smell.
Yes.
Is
And it goes
absolutely
really
beautiful.
well with the wild rice as well. So
So how do you usually chop up your mushroom? Just kind
just
of
any which way you feel.
the way the mushroom looks like it wants to be chopped? Yeah.
I always say that even when we butcher whole animals, especially when we're moose hunting and so forth, the meat will tell you exactly where it needs to be cooked, just like any other vegetable, right?
Totally.
So yeah, and if you're going for a rustic look, then more thicker cuts would be good.
The texture on these mushrooms is out of control.
And then once you cut them, it's just all the aroma comes out, right?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got those mushrooms beautifully chopped.
Little heat on
And
the
doing
pan.
its thing, okay.
Yeah. A little bit of oil, which is here. Just enough to coat the bottom.
Have you always cooked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
In your house, it was like everybody was doing it?
I still remember the first ever dish I created all by myself.
Okay, what was it?
It was a pork roast.
That was your first dish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And my mom and all her friends and the whole family was outside. And I just remember saying, I got it, I'll cook it. And then I put it in the oven and then I made it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was really good.
The first thing I ever made my mom, unfortunately, was cornflakes and water. So I think you're a little bit better than me for that one, for sure.
So then we'll just add the mushrooms into the pan.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And mushrooms have a lot of moisture in them, so they definitely cook down, but they concentrate, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And the longer you cook them, the more concentrated the flavor
Yeah.
is. So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Okay. So we get those cooked down.
We'll get those cooked down. They'll look like this, but we'll also get the pasta in the water.
Beautiful. This is, I have never had a wild rice pasta before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you said the first time you cooked was you were 12, and your son did this when he was how old?
He was 7 at the time.
7 come on,
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
At one of the best culinary places in the world.
I was going to say, I was like a Michelin star city for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
So we'll just get that cooked down. And then we'll take the mushrooms out. We'll put them on just on a little plate here.
Perfect.
Because we want the residual bits and pieces at the bottom
Yeah.
to add more flavor to the dish.
Okay, right on.
So
what do we make the actual sauce out of?
we'll just add some chicken stock in.
Beautiful.
So you can do chicken stock or wine, depending on. But seeing that, I usually don't like mixing alcohol with Indigenous foods.
Yeah.
It's just one of those teachings that I was brought up with.
Definitely.
So, but my culinary background is French, so I always use butter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then just a little knob of butter we'll put in.
Beautiful. Just to bring that together.
Yeah, and then we'll get the cream going.
Those little bits on the bottom of the pan, as soon as you add that chicken stock, it just lifts them all up to bring the sauce together.
Yeah, and that's where all the flavor is, right? So you want those bits.
Beautiful.
And then we'll just add the cream in.
A little bit of cream.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's good.
Is that good? Okay,
That's
perfect.
yeah.
I love the fact that we got a little whipping cream in here with the butter.
Yes.
That's where your French culinary roots are coming out
Yes. Yeah. So, and we don't need long on the wild rice pasta. 'Cause it cooks like any fresh pasta. It cooks really fast.
Super quickly.
And we'll take this.
Yeah.
We'll add it into here.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah. So, and I like to use, like, mushrooms are so versatile, especially, like, I have a candy cap mushroom here. I don't know if you ever heard of it
I have
before.
not.
So if it's,
This one?
yes, that one there.
Okay.
So if you just grab it and then pick it up and just give it a smell, it smells and tastes exactly like maple syrup
It smells like maple syrup.
without the sweetness.
Yes. Can I eat this raw? Would it be very punchy?
I wouldn't
Got
eat
it.
it.
Okay,
It,
yeah.
just, it wouldn't be very punchy. You'll get more of the earthy flavor of the
Got it.
mushroom. So I like to steep it a little bit.
That's absolutely beautiful.
So I make desserts, custards, creme brulees, ice creams,
Yeah.
like puddings out
Oh
of,
my
out
gosh,
of that
it
mushroom.
literally smells like maple syrup.
Yeah.
Look at that cream thickening up.
Yeah, so we'll add the Parmesan cheese.
Perfect. Scatter that all in. Absolutely stunning. Perfect.
Turn the heat off. Add just a touch of, just a little bit of salt. And just fresh black pepper. Cream loves black pepper.
It really does.
Yeah.
I was like, so good.
Yeah. So, just like so.
That is stunning.
Maybe just a touch. I'll do it the chef way and use my hands.
I mean, I do the same thing. I'm not going to lie, Chef Joseph. When you use the spoon, I was like, oh, you're so fancy.
So then we'll just grab a bowl and
Okay,
we'll
perfect.
plate and then
Plate
you
her
can
up.
just give it a taste.
Okay, fantastic.
So, just like this. So just be careful.
The pasta looks so good. That little bit of texture in there as well looks
And
so
then
beautiful.
I'm just going to garnish it with a little bit of the mushrooms here.
I love the fact that you leave the mushrooms on the top to really highlight their texture. They don't kind of sit down in that. Look at that.
Yeah, because if you leave I find if you leave the mushrooms in the sauce,
Yeah.
it just soaks everything up and gets too thick.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get this. A little bit of mushroom too. Huge kudos to your son on that one. That is so good. The texture texture on that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to come back to that, but real quick, we have got something really beautiful here.
Yes.
What do we got going on?
So we have a green alder spice, well, green alder catin
Okay.
spice cake. This is our indigenous allspice.
That is the flavor. So
Yeah.
this is just something you can find in Canada
Yeah.
growing.
Yes.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, especially you'll see the trees, like when the little pods stick out, and then they'll have all the pollen.
Yeah.
So you want to get the pods just before they pollinate.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So we've got some of that beautiful spice in this cake, and we're going to make up a real quick glaze for that,
Yes,
right?
we are. So a honey maple glaze.
Beautiful.
So a little bit of
Icing sugar?
icing sugar, yes. Lemon juice.
Beautiful.
And honey.
Love that.
So like it's not sweet enough.
No.
Right? So
Sugar always needs a little honey. That's what I always
yes, it
say.
does.
Yeah.
And just give it a little mix, just like so.
And in this cake, this is that catkin with olive oil, a little bit of lemon and honey in there as well.
Yes, yeah.
So we're just mimicking that flavor.
Yeah, so I like to, like, when we talk about reconciliation, and I like to showcase it through food.
Yeah.
And there's no better way for me to showcase reconciliation by blending indigenous ingredients with, like, techniques and other cultures from around the world.
Yeah.
Because Canada's so multicultural.
Yeah.
And Toronto is it's the hub of Canada.
Yeah.
And by showcasing our foods in a way where other non-Indigenous people can relate to, right? Because not a lot of people just eat like a wild rice, right? So they'll have wild rice pasta,
Yeah.
right? But they won't have like
Necessarily the wild rice as is.
Exactly.
It just opens it up to keep that conversation going. This is absolutely stunning.
So you're just going to look for a little glaze.
Yeah.
Now I get to teach the new generation of chefs coming into the world of how the way I grew up and how I was taught around food. Right?
Well, it goes back to what you were saying about your grandma and your family,
Yeah.
and food is the thing that brings people together to share,
Yeah.
and sharing stories and history through food. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything
Yeah.
better. This looks so delicious.
So we'll just cut off one end.
Okay, perfect.
And then, but cut off the more middle part where it's a little bit more moist.
Oh my gosh. Okay, is it okay if I use my hands for
Yes,
this
go
cake?
ahead, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go in. Chef Joseph, thank you so much for being
Well,
here.
thank you.
I gotta find me some of that. That is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank-
Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.